Alright guys, welcome back to Let's Play Shadow Empire with me, Qualification. I've taken the time since the end of the last video to review all of your comments and kind of think over some of the strategies that we're going to use. And also, I did look around and just kind of like go over some things in my head on the map. And so let me explain. Well, first off, I'll go over what I did just on my own time, which is I created this is a siege infantry brigade. It's not fully completed, it's like 97%, so it does need some reinforcement, but this will give us artillery on the front lines, and we have all the, okay, yeah, so we got plenty of artillery. We can start shelling the enemy. The other thing that we have is, or that I did, was I ordered, so our industry and bureaucratic offices finished construction, and then I ordered industry level 2 right away. And the other thing I did was I started the metal mine over here in Bell. And that's all that I did. Actually no, there was one other thing. I played a private investment card in Gapmount, because the private economy was low on creds, and now they have 8,000 credits again. Alright, so having looked at everyone's comments, it seems like the main deficiency that we have overall is that we just have too wide of a front for the amount of forces we have. So we're gonna start building more MG infantry brigades, just to kind of close the gap. And the other thing we want to do is put ourselves in a position where we aren't under threat of, being cut off from supply or anything. And ultimately, we have the much stronger industrial base. Actually, one thing I can show you under the reports here, we don't have spies in the enemy country, so at least not at the moment. So we don't have the vision to be able to say that they're, how many troops they have or whatever, what their specific industrial thing is. But if we go to the victory overview, we do get to see this, which is the ranks and then the populace and planet percentage. So we're leading our victory score right now. We have about 10.5% of the planet is under our control. Donkoram is in second place. They only have half the size of our territory, but they do have a much larger portion of the population. They have about 5% more than we do. Other than that, though, apart from Donkoram, we are the most populous major in the game. So Donkoram is the real potential threat for us, because they could, theoretically, their industrial base could grow and they could match us potentially one day. Now, if we look at what they have, I don't really see that as likely. I mean, they're dealing with high command level 2, bureaucrat offices level 1. They do have industry level 1, and they are making biofuel, which is biofuel creates oil from food and energy. But other than that, they don't have metal, and I know this because if we go to our reports again, we can actually go to the trade report, and even though we're at war, we're apparently still exporting things. So we can see that Schwarzbund imported 10 metal, and Donkoram imported 343 fuel, and they also imported a machine. Or, well, they sold us fuel, apparently, to our private economy. I'm not sure exactly who was buying that fuel, considering we have maximum storage, and the private economy is, like, making thousands per turn. But, at any rate, we are probably the #1 economic power in the game by a pretty decent margin, I would say. So, that in mind, it's to our advantage to play defensive for the time being, because if we look at our techs, we already have personal armor optimization level 24, so we'll let that tick maybe another turn or so, and then I think the benefit will apply directly, because it's a linear difficulty, so therefore it'll be will get substantially less benefit after another turn of this. And what do we want to put our military into after that? Quad machine guns are actually a really good idea for us. Quad machine guns basically are super-powered versions of machine gun infantry. So they're extremely good at killing infantry while on the defensive. Side skirts are a direct improvement to our tank health, but we're not really that concerned with that. What's atmospheric membranes do? Farming. Yeah, we don't. Farming in a hostile climate and atmosphere. I still don't know exactly how that's supposed to work. The old farm we'd had down here is gone, so we can't just open it and see. I don't know. I mean, if we were to just build a farm, does that... So we have agrodomes, of course. And then, amusingly, we are actually getting some food from the agrodome over here that we stole from Dunkaram. One problem with this, though, we are experiencing some heavy administrative strain because of that. If we look at the regular capital zone, we can see we're at 13% administrative strain. The way that works, I think I explained this once before, but basically anything 6 tiles, more than 6 tiles away from the city, that is a public asset, will begin to drain the efficiency of all the other assets you have. However, this is also a little bit more complex because it depends on how much you're producing in public assets in your capital already. It also depends on the level of the asset in question that you're far away from. So here in Mapawalt, we're going to close this. Just because we're going to, it's like it's a waste of resources for us, and it's causing us administrative strain. So we're just going to shut it down. And then that's their main food source. Honestly, if I could, I don't know if I can do this. Can I scrap it somehow? That would be ideal. If we could somehow scrap this building. You can see we're taking a 10% production penalty on it because of the administrative strain. But the administrative strain should basically go away once we get rid of the agrodome here. Yeah, I would love to destroy this. Because it is their main source of food that they have. I mean, in their cap, they only have agrodome level 1, and on this side they have a recycling plant, I believe, and that's it. So this is actually what's feeding their capitals. They might have, like, starvation problems. It's entirely possible. We don't have the intel to say for certain. Also, a problem with these guys is a lot of them are still on level 2 infantry. Of course, we're at level 3 now as a nation, so it's pretty significant downgrade in firepower. 4693 versus our like 60 something, I think, on our current model. Oh, actually, it's the same. What it is, just the armor that changed. Never mind. So 252 hit points versus 101, so over a double factor there. But because I created that new siege infantry brigade, which is right here, we don't have any spare industrial points to change that with. Now, in terms of maneuvering, I think I'm mostly just going to hold the line. So we're going to, like, this position's all fine. Are these guys on a posture? Okay, they are on defense. Good. And here we could bombard, but I think I'm just going to save the ammo. I mean, maybe I could do it, and then it will just spare us the... What's our recon at? 122. I guess we can move him up. And just start moving these militia in as well. Just move there to make it more difficult for him. So what's that give our recon? 169. Do we want to push up here? Let's do it. I'll move into that province. So we basically have the volcano locked down. And then there's this unit, which is just part of the Supreme Headquarters. We're just going to go up and cap this terrain. It's possible there could be a deposit of something in these mountains somewhere. Okay, so other than that, do we want to do any maneuvering on the front? So it is nice that Dunkelraum and Junivale, or rather Dunkelraum and Schwarzbund, are at war with each other, because like Dunkelraum is definitely stretched thin. They have this entire front line that they're trying to protect. We're gonna pull back here. That unit can stay where it is. We're gonna move the HQ. Actually, the HQ is fine where it is. So these guys here, you know, they can reclaim those couple of hexes. That's fine. Now I don't want to be cut off by this army, so I'll move him back one, and then maybe the other motorbike infantry. For now, we'll just plug this gap so that we don't get anyone flanking us on the road. This militia, I moved him to cap that. I think I mentioned that already. So we only have one more turn of having to cap enemy territory that's inside of our lands. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to bombard, even though, you know, obviously, well, maybe we do. Maybe we want to just spend it. The ammo expenditure of this unit is pretty intense. Its per turn ammo use is 2 per round. So it's going to be in there for 10 rounds. We'd be looking at 20 ammo. I mean, we can afford it. All right, we'll go ahead and shoot. We'll do some bombardment. In fact, we have the militia here too, and they have free ammo for that. So we'll soften these guys up. Get a couple hits in. That's good. Anyone else want to get a hit? Come on. Round 7, round 8. Okay, we got another hit. So we did a little bit of damage. Take the readiness down to 74. That'll probably make them wary of attacking. Also lowers their entrenchment. Yeah, that's one thing people suggested. Definitely get more artillery. And I understand that. That's, what we're working on. The problem is that we just don't have the economic base to really afford it right now. We're working up to it. Like once this second level industry is built, then I think we'll have enough IP and metal per turn. We kind of have solved our metal problem, honestly, at this point, but we'll have enough IP and metal that we can be comfortable in doing some real, mechanization, basically. So that front's all taken care of. We don't really want to move anybody here. I think we just leave everybody build up their entrenchment. These guys, same thing. They're just here to hold the line. And then the organizational commander should be fine. Maybe we just fill the pocket here. Well, I don't want them to take the road, so actually we'll leave them on the road. These tanks, I think I might actually move the tanks to this front, because we're not trying to break through around Junivale. We're really trying to break through down here. So we'll move those tanks. That'll make this unit have to hold this road alone. Do we have anything we could give him? These guys have enough to hold on their own, I think. So we'll put the Gladius in his hex to give him a little bit more firepower. Now this is the trickiest part here. We just don't really have the forces for this entire front line to be easily garrisoned. How much entrenchment are we building here? We have 47 at the moment. And the HQ commander I don't really feel eager to attack with. Well, I guess maybe one thing we can do is we could try to get rid of this indie animal. If we do that, that'll open up the area for us quite a lot. Problem is I just don't have the... I mean, it's garrisoned in a mountain, so I guess we'll have to wait for it to kill itself, mostly. And I think that's all we need to do this turn. Let's take a look at the reports, go to the Empire dashboard. We are at 126 truthfulness, 94 popularity. Each of our zones seems to be doing well. We do have somewhat low worker happiness here, but it's going up, so it's not a huge problem. Also, we don't have that much to employ workers with down here anyway. We may change this in the near future, but it's not a big deal. Bell is doing fine. They have fine everything. So that's it. I think we end our turn there, and we'll go to the next one here. I would like to redesign our personal infantry, or our infantry, with their new personal combat armor modifiers that they're going to have from the research we've done. I'm curious how much of a benefit that's going to give, if it's like a literal like additive modifier, or if it's perhaps some sort of fraction or multiplier. This game is pretty fond of doing things with square roots, so it might be something to do with that as well. And, you know, about this game, I am looking forward to, you know, the completion of this campaign so we can get on the new update. And then I would like to try out another world as well, just because I feel like I've learned a lot that's really would change the way I would start the game through the course of play and the kind of things I would prioritize. It's definitely been a very interesting thing to do. To play this game, and I can see the replay value being pretty extraordinary as well. A lot of movement from a lot of people this turn. Unsurprising given the nature of the world war between the top three powers, but it is interesting, I guess, also that the other majors that are in the game are weaker than any of our neighbors. And they, you know, they just aren't up to the standard. I wonder why that is. Perhaps they're in very inhospitable regions with very few resources, or maybe there's a lot of alien activity around them. Okay, here we go. This is... I'm kind of expecting we're going to take heavy losses this turn. I just feel like we've been due for a shellacking. We killed 300, lost 200, so not really that bad. 2 decisions, 69 reports. Okay. Still in the decade of fanaticism. High meritocracy, 12 turns. Okay. Just got to recruit military. We'll use that. And no special things there, so... They killed, it looks like Dunkelraum attacked the Schwarzbund there. And then they attacked them there, and I'm guessing they got repulsed. Then we were attacked here, and we managed to kill some of them. So Dunkelraum, that was a weak unit that Dunkelraum used there, but here we were attacked, and we were driven back. They have a lot of units there. The mosquitoes and I know these are their anti-tanks. Oh, I can't remember what the mosquitoes are. Then we had a battle. The Indies attacked. There's only 100 of them? Okay, I mean, we should wipe them out, honestly. Okay, so let's take a look at our resources. We're actually positive on IP. I find that surprising. I mean, I'm not even sure where this is all coming from, because the industry level 1 only gives us 50. I mean, it's being slightly modified by our governor, I believe, but other than that, we shouldn't be this high up. And the administrative strain, this might actually be a factor of Lund more than anything else, because Lund is 1, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should be within the range of our capital, actually, so that's not what's causing the administrative strain. It might be... Oh, there's a town there. I didn't know that. Is there actual free folk on this tile? Zone. There's some free folk there. I wonder if those are new. I don't remember those guys being there. But last turn, actually, I noticed that we had eaten the last free folk. Okay, yeah, they did. They moved out, I guess. Or, I don't know. They just spawned. It looks like a lot of people are moving into... So we have a lot of events here. Population decrease because of the slave trader. There's a monster. Oh, okay. So the monster and the slave trader, which we have ignored in the past, are actually affecting pop growth by 700 per turn. cumulatively. Increased, okay, 100 free folk, 1,500 recruits, 1,000 from natural growth, 1,500 went to Bell, okay. So we are still gaining population despite all that, which is kind of amusing. What's this? Why is this down? I guess because they spent extra truck points on the building of the mine. Yeah, we didn't have enough IP for them that turn. We will now. We should anyway. We have some worker problems because of the population here not being very high. I mean, we do have 4,800 colonists, so we can just dump them in Bell. Let's go ahead and do that. How much, oops, don't want to raise formation. Colonize. Send as workers, and we'll just send all of them. There we go. And then whoever isn't a worker can just disappear. Or meld into the population, rather. So we have a couple things. Hidden village. Good, good. This is what that is, I assume. That's what this village that is over here, or Kui, is. So we could get 400 people, or we could get 200 colonists per turn. So we're going to take let them be for the colonists per turn, even though democracy profile, you know, that's not great. It barely controls our meritocracy. It's not a big deal. And Britt Kelly, are you suitable for this? You, according to this, you have 0 suitability. And you're kind of just terrible. So let's play that soldier card we got. A couple recruit juniors, recruit military, I guess is what it is. And we'll appoint Adam Vader. What are you like? Cap 3, nice. Operational command, good. Covert ops, interesting. Interesting, interesting. You have some leadership, good. Personal combat. Offensive tactics. And gun tactics, okay. No corruption. Yeah, he's not very heroic. Extremely stoic. That rhymes. Alright, Adam Vader, you're the new commander of the 5th Siege Infantry Brigade. And we made a lot of money this turn. Okay, this militia can start moving up. He's just going to be offering some additional support here. Looks like, don't go wrong, maybe they just don't have the forces to actually do this front line. Like, they do have more population than us, but I don't know if they can transfer that into recruits and then equip them because their economy's smaller, so they may actually not have enough resources to actually do this, to, you know, attack us in this way. We have good recon, so I'm going to move him up 1. And this militia, well, let's move the motorbike up a road. Okay, so we can say with certainty that this is clear. Alright, this militia here can move here. And this motorbike can go there. Okay, now we have this kind of consolidated a little bit. Okay, so the enemy has taken that road. I don't know if it's because we moved off or they're on it. I think it's because they're on it. Otherwise, we control it. We can leave these guys entrenched. I think that's fine. Now, how are we doing? Are you guys getting your food? Yeah, you're getting all your supplies. You're fine. Actually, this entire area is green. I think. Wait, what's our op log say? Yeah, we're on op log, so this little thing is green. This guy can move up 1. There we go. He's capped all that stuff. Now, Frozen Banks is ours. How about our supply situation? We do have a lot of IP sitting around. Did we invest it into... No, we didn't get any into the industry yet. We just didn't have any left over. So that's just fully... What we have is basically what was stockpiled. Okay, so we don't want to fully burn this IP. We want to leave some of it. I think what we do is... We make ammo. Then we do some bombardments. So let's do a workshop. We're gonna make. We could even do 1,000 ammo, which is 100 metal and IP. That should keep us pretty well stocked on ammo for a while. Now, Lund, you're making 1,000 metal a turn, and then the rest of it's just going in here. Okay. There's an Indy out here. I'm kind of wary of him cutting off our supply. I mean, we used to be all the way up here. Ultimately, I guess the road can just fork like that, but... Okay. Let's put our new siege infantry to use here and do some bombardments. So what we can do is say ranged, we're just going to do bombardment with all these units. And we'll go to the graphical. So that's a hit, 2 hits, kill. That's another hit. Nice, we got a bunch of hits out of that. So we got 1 kill and 4 hits. Dropped their readiness to 34. That's an estimation based on our very poor recon that we have. But yeah, that was definitely worth it. We did some major damage there. And that's basically what our siege infantry are for, is to enable us to have that. Now, they're saying we have that kind of odds to do this. I don't know. I mean, they're going to be entrenched. If we look at their cumulative defensive power, they have 93% entrenchment. They have... I mean, just overall, it's a bad idea to attack, probably. I think we're going to need a lot more artillery to soften them up there. Okay, this unit can't move. We are going to have to move one of our guys. Maybe this guy can move there. The tanks can then reinforce here. And these guys are fine how they are. They don't need to move. They're just kind of holding that side for us. So this is the hidden village we unlocked, which means that free folk actually did just spawn, and there's no basis for it, I guess is the thing to say. Okay, where is our administrative strain actually coming from now that we've closed the farm here? I don't know. Okay, it's damaged, so it is damaged, it is taking some damage. You guys are not getting all of your troops back. Alright, so we need to replenish. We need to build some privates 3s. Okay, so we have plenty of privates 3s on offer now. We need some machine guns. Do that. And do we have anything else we need to worry about? Looks like we have all the artillery we need. Okay. Okay. We actually have a pretty good stock for our metals. We could start making machines and then use those to make high-techs, although we're just not really in need of that, I guess. We don't have the tech to really bother. So we got up to 45. Maybe I'll actually let this go one more turn. Or I guess we could let this go until we get the notification that our model design council is ready for a new model, and then we could swap. I think that's what we'll do. Should have deep core mining finished next turn. What do we want to go for after deep core mining? Volcanic energy, that's an interesting one to get. Hydroponics, maybe? We are going to need food soon. We're going to be overproduced. Ice mining, conventional small arm. Yeah, I mean, it might be time for the Applied Science Council as well. We do have a lot more BPs now that we're making thanks to the Bureaucrat Offices level 3. Does it really only take 400 workers per turn to do this? No. Okay, they only needed 400 because I think that's how much of the resources they were able to install. Okay, I kind of feel good about the current position over here. This is fine, I think. Could take the commander out of here. I think we will do that. Move him here. Don't want him to be susceptible to bombardment or anything. So the siege infantry in place. All these guys are fine. They do have a sizable army here. Can we just... I really just need to kill these things. Maybe with the Gladius I could walk up there and do it. The militia could go and help garrison that square. Yeah, I think that's what we might do. Anyway, the high-tech, okay. I think we've done most of what we need to do this turn. Just check this front up here. I don't know if we need to change anything. I mean, we would like to have bigger units. These guys seem very low. They're 400 away from their cap. These guys are also... they're trying to give away old troops to replace with new ones. Basically, they're giving up their Privates 2 and replacing them with Privates 3. That's because I ordered a new logistical thing. So can we just take that? What's this? What's up here? Dome farm. If I move here, how much AP is that going to cost? I just want to see if we can like get back on the road if we go north one. You have 46 AP, and it will cost you to go as a wheeled vehicle onto this hex 15. So you should be able to move and then... No? Okay, apparently not. I don't know exactly how that calculation works. We do get more intel on them, that's good. We could then move like here. Take their recycling. I mean, is there still scav on that? Almost nothing. Yeah, that's basically not even worth taking. They have soil demetallization? They don't. Okay, so once their scav is out, they're done. Now, as far as these guys, they do, as I remember, Mossborn had soil demetallizers. So Schwarzbund does it. Schwarzbund does seem to be the more advanced of the two overall. Okay, what if we move forward one? Didn't take any extra tiles, okay. So that lends credence to the idea that the enemy is probably here. No, they would have to be maybe all along that front line, potentially. This border keeps wobbling back and forth between Dunkelraum and Schwarzbund. I would like to get another brigade in here. Do we have the resources for it? I mean, kind of. Let's do a brigade. We don't have the supply out here, but yeah, it would take 485 IP. We don't have that much. Okay. That's fine. If we look at the logistical map mode here, we can see current points. This is what is actually going out. These guys who are so deep in Dunkelraum territory, I don't know. If we destroy this farm, that would be such a huge loss of resources for them. That would be hundreds of metal, IP, machines. Yeah, that would be huge if we could get that out of there. Why is it damaged incidentally? Maybe because they got attacked here. I think they did. Most of their army is around their cap now. Sensible, but I don't think it's going to help. Okay. I think I'm just going to end the turn. Take a look at our strat cards, I guess. Political points, 3 random ancient artifacts. I am interested what the heck that even means. Uncommon artifacts. Do we have an ancient archive? No. We could play something bad. Chemical High. Rebellion. No, we're doing a rebellion right now. Danger isn't terrible. A freak unidentified. Okay, burns out almost immediately after. 5D, 10% of population workers. Wow. I mean, the chances that it happens in Gap Mount are pretty low. 9 fate points is a lot of fate points, but we don't really need them right now. I am interested in the Hidden Depot. I'd like to know what an artifact even does. Do we have anything else we would play? High-tech vault. I guess we can do another level of the zoo project in Bell. Investor backing. And we'll do that in Bell. Okay, we already have commercial projects, level 3 everywhere. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to leave it as is and in the turn there. I think everyone's building up their entrenchment. That should help them. These guys will get reinforced. Problem is we don't really have enough momentum to get out there. Well, let's take a look at the natural extent of our logistical range. So we have a supply base here giving 50 extra movement effectively. They can move. And let's take a look at the current points. Here we go. So the bottleneck is here. This is where we need to build the truck station. I think we'll do that. We'll build a truck station right here. It's going to cost us 100 metal, 100 IP.
We'll go.
Should be worth it. That'll give us more supply up here. Private economy might build something as well, get us a radioactive mine, potentially. I'll buy that if they build it. Okay. Wish these Indies would die. That would really make that front a lot more malleable for us. Okay, let's end the turn. Whew. Okay, when's our model design going to be finished? I want to use our new armor enhancements on our infantry. I don't even know what our model design people are doing right now. I did swap also. This is one of those things I did off screen earlier. I swapped their priority to 90% to designing and only 10% to discovery. So realistically, it's probably more like 70-30, but it should be a pretty substantial speed increase in terms of modeling or designing the models, particularly as we now have far more BP than we did just a few turns ago. Am I worried about any disasters happening? The worst thing that could happen right now, because we do have weaker armies up by Dunkaram's capital at the moment. They are upgrading, so they're going to be better off shortly. But if they attack this turn in force, they may have the numbers to overwhelm us and push us back significantly. Other than that, I don't think anything terrible can happen. Let's hope for higher kills than deaths. Come on. And this will be the last turn we do this video. I think this war, our goal is to just hold firm, because in the long run, we are going to be far more powerful than the other factions. Dunkaram may be the exception because they have so much population, but we should have a huge tech and resource advantage over them. We've been stockpiling a lot of recruits. I mean, we're almost at the point now where we could order up an army corps. Now, we don't have the food to pay for them. That's the main problem. Ooh, okay. Wow. We had some big battles this turn. Killed 400. We lost 830 motorized. So, not good. 2 decisions, 73 reports. Oil well. So, we've depleted the oil well the private economy had built. We've gained scientific religion, so that increases our research speed, I believe. Got deep core mining. New order of battle, heavy storm infantry. New stratagems. Alright, let's take a look at the history, see what happened to us here. So, this is where most of our losses took place. This battle here against some militia. Okay, it was just militia losses. It's not really a big deal. We also did have our motorized unit get annihilated. That's unfortunate. It was actually a motorized versus motorized conflict, too. I think we got surrounded and destroyed is what happened there. So they attacked us here, and we held them off. That's it. Okay. Yeah, the militia weren't able to hold the line. Perhaps unsurprising, given the difference in tech that we were talking about there. Our motorbike infantry getting annihilated does hurt. Alright, Economic Council. What are we researching next? Let's go back to the tech screen. I want to see what we can potentially unlock. I want to get automation, so we have to go for water purification or volcanic energy tapping. I don't think we really need energy. Like, we have excess, so let's go for water purification. Statue in our honor. Gain enforcement profile. We don't want enforcement. So let us just lose both, and that'll make some people slightly unhappy, but that's alright. That's all the decisions we had. What is our Model Design Council working on right now? Organizations, model design, new artillery. Ah, that's right. So they're going to be done quite a ways off. It's going to take them a while to get this. Can we, like, change your model design? Yeah, okay. Well, let's upgrade Privates 3 using automatic rifles with combat armor. They should be able to get that done in like 3 turns. Then we can go back to the other one later if we need to. No changes on that front. No changes down here. Okay. So that actually wasn't as bad as we thought. We did lose a real unit, but mostly it was just this militia unit that got hit pretty hard. And do we have the resources to start recruiting? Okay, we got 503. Did we fully build the iron mine and everything? Supply situation should just start improving now that we have this truck station built. And I guess we immediately go for the next item on the list, which is a supply base. Someone also suggested upgrading the existing truck station in the capital. I don't know if we need to do that exactly. Where's it at? It does increase your AP, but only very slightly. And it would give us more truck points, but I don't know that we need more truck points. I think we're fully supplying every area of our realm at the moment. It's really just the range that's the problem. We do need to build food. So where's our dome farm? We only have a level 2 dome. We can just build this up to the next level. That is going to require a bit more workers, but I think we need to do this. That'll produce 900 food. Okay. Let's go ahead and upgrade the dome farm. Alright. How's our industry? 3 turns on that. And the mine. 1 turn of that, and we should have more metal income. Hidden villages giving us colonists. Did they move up? I think they did. I think they moved in through here. So we need to have some troops. We're gonna have to summon a brigade. Let's do it. Let's raise a formation. We'll say we'll raise them here. And they will be siege infantry, perhaps. I'd rather do MGs. Let's do MG infantries. There we go. Nice little brigade down here. And do we have enough resources for another one? Not quite. These militia, they can move up. They're just going to hold the gap. Okay, that unit doesn't have to move. Those guys are fine. These guys are all fine. What is going on here? Are you guys still, like, evacuating your own troops? Is that what's happening? They are, and they're not getting replenishment because they're so far forward. Well, this truck station should help that. I mean, we should pump enough up here with that. Is there really nothing here? We have 50 recon, which is enough to see that there's nothing there. So let's just move forward and plug that. Is this asset still here? It is accumulating damage. We have to do 18 turns of this until it'll close permanently. How entrenched are you guys? .94 entrenchment, but they're really a low amount of units there. Something is built on this tile as well. What's under here? Agrodome. Oh, they're trying to replace what was lost here, I think. They do also have a dome farm in the city. Okay, okay. So this road cleared up. Did they move? What? Let's move the recon buggy up. Move these guys up. Kind of move like that, just to give everyone HQ power. Okay, I think we move our siege infantry up. Alright, so our zone of control is expanded. We may need to upgrade the supply base. That will give us a lot more range. I mean, I think it just goes from 50 to 100. Let's see, what's it say if I construct? Okay, it goes to 75. That's still a lot more road tiles. 50, okay. We're gonna do that. Okay, that's gonna be stretching our production thin for a little while. These guys will be able to hold this line here. Alright, it's pretty tense situation we're in. We are slowly expanding our forces, but it is going to be a while before I think we can really relax. Okay. I don't like that they are pushing this direction. Not a fan of that. One thing we could consider, we do have some diplomatic strategies available to us. Unilaterally reduce trade with one of them if we wanted. Oh, we have to have a trade relation, I see. Open contact? Can we do that? Potentially. Does that mean we would, major diplomacy. Successful result in 10 relation. Interesting. Let's try it. I mean, we need like an 80 or a 90 to succeed. Critical failure. Okay. Covert ops. Yeah, I mean, we can't really. The problem is we don't have the odds of success here. I guess we can just keep failing. And that should give him XP. It's like using up political points for this, but we'll just do that. Oh, we actually got a spy in. Very nice. So Victor Fox, we look at his XP. He's going up by that much this turn. Let's see how much it gives him when I play this card. Actually, not that bad. So 49 to 76. We actually got a lot of XP out of that. Let's try one more here. Critical failure. I mean, ultimately, we are just going to have to make him better at this to be able to use these things. So we'll just spend the political points. That was actually pretty close. I mean, it's actually impossible for us to get this currently. Alright, I think we'll leave it there because I don't want to... I don't want to burn our 6 spy card yet. Next turn he should be better, and then he could try to actually succeed some of those rolls. But I think that's everything we need to do. I'm pretty sure we're good on every front. Well, we're not good on this front exactly, but with extra supply we should be able to replenish a lot of stuff. Do we need to actually build recruits for replenishment? 4,000. No, we have all the recruits we need. I see the problem. That's what's going on. So we need to go back to the models. We need to say infantry. These should be on low. Must have misclicked earlier. I meant to set both of these to low and then these guys to high so that whenever they got reinforcements they would get these. It's kind of irrelevant because we only produce those anyways. But when you say obsolete, they actually send their troops to the Supreme Headquarters to be turned into manpower, basically. But that should be just like a turn of problem. I'm gonna move this recon truck up one. We don't even see it. We see nothing here. Really? We only have 42 recon. That's enough to be sure. No, apparently not. Alright, so we know that's where they are. I mean, it was an easy enough guess, but I guess the game did not fully, you know, I didn't understand the meaning of that term because said minimum recon is 40 to detect the units on a tile. Minimum recon 40. 80 for this hex. I wonder if it's because it's a forest. Is that why? Recon. Yeah, that's why. It's the forest. Okay, good to know. We've learned that as well. So we'll see you in the next one.